This in front of you, oh yes, you can see, hopefully you can see, is what I use for gaming, basically. That's what I use. It's one of them, is it now? Yes, it is. And yeah, right now I game in Linux and I also game in Windows 10. This morning, haven't been in Windows for God knows how long. And I also use Windows for my Go XLR as well. Okay. Now, because Manjaro has only just upgraded to their next ISO, and so I've only just had the update. So everything is now tickety-boo. Everything's fine, gaming-wise. Before, I could not get Spider-Man or Spider-Man, the little sequel, Miles Morales, could not get them running at all. But now, yeah, everything's fine. In Linux, everything's fine now that we've upgraded. It takes a while in Manjaro to upgrade because what they do is test all of the stuff that the Arch repositories release, basically. So, I use separate 2 terabyte. Yeah, it's an SSD hybrid drive. A lot of people poo-poo them. They're too slow and goodness knows what else. For me, bloody brilliant. I get really good speeds on there, especially in Linux and also in Windows as well. Okay, so I have one for Windows, one for Linux. I use Manjaro, all right? Now, what I done earlier was a video of me recording myself updating in Windows, yeah. Now what oh god, it's about time Windows said, hang on, or at least say, flipping it, I think it's about time I'll just come up with an idea for a new filing system, basically. Why are they going still with the new tech one? It's not new, it's been out, well, Windows XP was using it back in 2001. Before that, you had Windows NT 3.1. Been using it all the way through. Every single Windows operating system has had the new tech filing system. It's about time that they moved on to something else. What do I use in here? I use ButterFS or BetterFS, whatever you want to call it, right? Smooth as anything. The compression level as well, because if I show you, actually I can come off of this. Let's just go back one. Okay, what I'll do, I'll come on down to here and I'll show you. Right now, I've got a few videos on here. All right, these are ones that I've rendered. This is the one we're going to be watching in a minute. Anyway, out of 1 terabyte using ButterFS, yeah, I've, what with the few pictures that I've made and whatever, and thumbnails and whatever that I've made, and it's filled the drive up a little bit, and a few videos here. I got 965.2 gig left. Now I'm recording this video onto a 2 terabyte proper SSD. Yeah, I like to do it that way around. Yeah, I like normal SSDs to be for like videos and other stuff. Here it is here, my Linux Media. I've got stuff on there dating way on back, right? So I keep all that on there. Same in Windows as well. I've got a dedicated SSD for recording video. Yeah? Okay. Now, if we go on over to the video, I can show you exactly what I mean. Now, with the way that it updates, it's just ridiculous. Go on over to the video. Here's the video. And I will start playing it and talk our way on through it. Now, I have speeded this up. The first one that I update in Windows, Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered, that's fine. Yeah, these are just patch updates. That's all these are. that's fine. It comes down pretty sharpish and it updates. Miles Morales, mind you, when we get to that part, I'll talk about it. Here we go. All right, ready? Keep an eye on that because it is rather fast. I boosted it up a bit to about 500 just to save a bit of time on the video. This video should be about, well, I don't know, 20 odd minutes, I hope. But yeah, I stitched it all together. So this is in Windows anyway, so it's patching. Yeah, it's pretty quick, I guess. The time keeps going up, the remaining time. But you also notice that when we do Miles Morales as well. But thing is, whilst it was, I just juggled a bit. If that freaked you out, I apologise. I was coming up with a few ideas, switching on over to different workspaces to pop in other stuff in the video. But then I thought, wow, bugger it, I won't bother with that. Keep it as simple as possible. It's the best way. Anyway, so so it's patching it. It's patching it pretty darn fine. It done it. Yeah, it just done it. It was fine. It managed to download 23.4 megabyte, and then the other side of it, where you see the little hard drive that's next to the numbers, that's forever going up. Once that gets up to 11.6 gig, which would be any second now, we then go on over to Miles Morales. Yeah, so what the hell? It goes to 0 bytes. What the hell's going on? I thought, shit, what the hell's going on? And what it is, I know what it is. It's because new tech filing system, new technology filing system, or whatever you want to call it, is absolute crap, isn't it? That's why it is. It really is crap. Because there's no way I want to install all the games that I've got on there on top. I won't be able to fit them on to a 1 terabyte drive that I've got Windows on anyway, on a 1 terabyte SSD. There's no way that I would fit it on there, hence why I use a 2 terabyte SSD hybrid drive. Now, like I say, a lot of people say that, oh, they're not fast enough and all that sort of thing, but they flaming well do for gaming on, I can tell you. Apart from using Windows, of course. So here we are. I thought, oh, bugger it, I'll just leave it. So that's what I'd done. I left it recording, and it's still putting up, updating, and still got 0 bytes for the internet. I wanted to see if I had somehow internet been knocked out altogether, but no, it was still on there as well. I put blah in the search there. So it's like, what the hell's going on? So I go back into library, and then suddenly it starts patching. Suddenly it downloads that last little bit that it was stuck on, 74 altogether it was stuck on, and then, oh, flipping pain, I tell you. So, yeah. So off it goes, all the way on down. Like I say, I've speeded this bit up, so it shouldn't take that long. But yeah, what a pain. I don't get it. Why can't they think of another way of... I mean, look at the time going up and down all the time. Bloody ridiculous. And that Man of Medan update, which is 23.6 gig download, and then I think it was 50 gig for the actual, after it's got unpacked and installed, for the actual update for all the individual files. But that took forever. That took three hours, I guess, 2.5 hours, something like that, to download. Now I've got a pretty nippy blimmin' download speed, because I've got fibre here. And it's not the fastest that you can get, because I haven't got the money for that, but it's fast enough. I've got 8 megabyte download speed, sometimes 9. depending on what you're downloading and where you are on the internet. Depending on traffic and all that. But yeah, flipping it. They need to do something. Now, I've also... There's all the games that I've got installed. Yeah. On that separate drive. But yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, flipping hell's sake, gotta do something about this. It's not Steam's fault either. Because if I just installed this on top of Windows on the same drive, it would come down. There'd be none of this going to naught. It's because I'm doing it on a separate NTFS drive that I had to format it to. Because it's got to be the same as the operating system. The file system's got to be the same. So I use ButterFS anyway in Linux in Manjaro, and I'll tell you, everything's smooth as butter. I don't get why after all these years the Windows can't come up with something else. And they've got their multi-billion-pound company or more, or multi-trillion, billion, dillion, killion, whatever dollar company, and yet they can't come up with a better filing system. I hate NTFS because when you install something on Windows, it puts the beginning of it at one end of your hard drive and puts the end of the program at the other end. And never understood it. I never have anything on my desktop either. Hence why I've got the majority of the apps that I use down below on there. Here we are in Linux now. This is Manjaro. Okay, and we're just doing Miles Morales. And it's just patching it. It just downloaded it straight away and just started patching it. Just like that. No messing at all. Okay, I've got it speeded up a bit, but you don't see the time going up so rapidly as what it was doing in the remaining time, going up and down so rapidly as what you saw in Windows. It was like going well ahead all the time. And it doesn't take that long at all. So this is Miles Morales, and then up next we got Marvel's Spider-Man. Now, there was a couple of updates to be done afterwards because it had to bring down Proton Experimental down, the update to that. And, of course, I've updated this now, so Wine Staging is completely with the latest version. We've upgraded. They've upgraded their ISO to the next one. I can't remember the number of it. The next one up, and it's everything is up to date now on here. It's fantastic. I love Manjaro. I know that they are slightly behind, but that's because they are testing stuff out. They like to test stuff out before they release it. That is fair enough, and we might be a couple of weeks behind, something like that, from the Arch repo, something like that. Don't matter. I'll rather have an operating system that I can rely on, you know. So I've updated through the update manager. This is what I'm on about, not the ISO. Even though the ISO is out there and I have downloaded them both. This is KDE, by the way, that I came on. My main one is XFCE. I love both environments. Best of both worlds. I'd rather game on KDE than on in XFCE. Oh, but they're both as good for gaming. Just that I prefer KDE. But I love XFCE for my daily driver, which is what I'm now using. I was using KDE as my daily driver, Manjaro KDE, but I got fed up with it in the end. I got fed up with it. So now, of course, we are doing Spider-Man Remastered. Oh, it's patched now already. I think this one verifies. One of them verifies. I don't know if it was the one before. One of them verifies the patch. I think it was Miles Morales that was verifying in the background. I'm not sure. I didn't notice. Every time that I've watched this video, I didn't notice it verifying. Maybe it did. I'll have to see on the playback. Anyway, we're nearly there. So there's that. There we go. There's that there. Clear all. Come on off of there. I'll then go into Miles Morales, and it's got another update to do. That's Proton Experimental. And it's also got a patch as well. There you go. We can clear all that, and it plays. Still get the message saying that your graphic card isn't up to scratch, but it plays all right. Now, what you got to remember is that this is now updated, so when I come back into this and play it again, it would be faster with the loading times. This is 5 times the speed, yeah. So it's pretty zippy. So you'll have to excuse that. I should have slowed that bit down, but I did on when we have a look at Spider-Man in a minute. So just Spider-Man Remastered. This is Miles Morales, of course. So yeah, I exit on out of there. Pretty quick as well. It's really come a long way. It's not slow anymore. Yeah, the cloud was out of sync or something, so it just needed a refresh. So that's what I done there. Everything working fine because I've got some wine staging installed, the latest, and it just works. And everything just works with Proton Experimental. It does for me anyway. I haven't got to go to any other one. Although when a few months ago when I was trying to get Spider-Man going, yeah, it must have been a month and a half ago. Last year anyway. Yeah. I don't believe in all that New Year crap. Time is time. Time's one long flipping day with a bit of dark and light in between. I don't believe in all this Happy New Year crap. So there you go. Now I do speed up this bit, but when we get into the actual game, I do slow it down. When we get into the actual game, the one that I do load up. Yeah, 64% was this one. I can't seem to get this photograph, so I come out of here and go back into... I go to the next one down, and I load that up. Then I slow it down a bit. There is no sound on this, by the way, because I'm busy talking over it. But yeah, there you go. It's working really well. I've got a 3060, and I'm only using a Ryzen 5 2600. That's all I'm using. There's 6 cores, 8 threads. 6 cores, 12 threads rather. This 3060 has got 12 gig of RAM on it as well. So there we go. So we then push the X button, and We'd flap him on up. I was hoping to get him up on it as well, but just push the Y button like we all do, and down he goes. Little bit on here. So I wish to God that Windows would just change their file system, which I literally did think that they were going to do in either Windows in Windows 10 and now Windows 11. I'm not going to upgrade to Windows 11. I can't be asked. I'm hoping by 2025 that Linux will be ready for gaming. It's not quite there yet, okay, because we've still got a lot of tinkering to do in order to get games to run. But it is getting there. And I don't mind having to wait a couple of weeks or a month or so, a couple of months before I can game in Linux for an update in Manjaro. I don't mind that at all. They obviously want to test the updates on out first, you know. Yeah, so that's my gaming one. I made the background and I made the icon down the bottom myself for the menu. Just wanted something different. And there we are. So I can come off of there now, just escape off of there. Yeah, so I just wish that they would make another filing system. So it does my head in. Really does. Yeah, that's basically what I use, the Firecuda 2 terabyte. And they've gone right up in price. They were like 80 quid a few years ago. Yeah, you pick them up next to nothing. They've gone right on up in price. 183 quid now on Amazon. It's inflation for you. All because of that Russian arsehole. Bloody Putting Green or whatever his name is. I wish he'll hurry up and die. That's what I wish. I'm sorry, but I wish he'll hurry up and die. I mean, I'm not going to go on about that because that would be stupid, but flipping it. Muck the rest of the world up. That's the problem. Anyway, I'm going to come off of that. Close without saving. I didn't mean to turn it around like that. Something different though, isn't it? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. That's it from me. You might find this interesting. You might not. You might watch it. You might not. I don't care. Anyway, thank you very much for watching if you did. And have a happy new year. I mean, people have been wishing me happy new year. Happy new year to you lot as well. Stay safe out there. Whatever you do, have a really good year. Bye for now.